But tonight we want to start with a statement from the City Council regarding the truly tragic and horrible 2 homicides in Desert Highland Gateway Estates neighborhood last Friday. On behalf of the citizens of Palm Springs, our hearts and prayers are with the family and friends of the 2 young men who lost their lives in last Friday's double homicide in Desert Highland Gateway Estates. We share your grief and want you to know the safety of our residents is our top priority. Your City Council and the Palm Springs Police Department are committed to actively collaborating with the neighborhoods involved in the incident to address the roots of the violence and put a stop to it. The Palm Springs Police Department is conducting an ongoing investigation so that justice can be found. Anyone with information regarding this incident is asked to contact Crime Stoppers at 760-341-STOP, S-T-O-P, on your phone. Your identity will remain anonymous. This is truly a heartbreaking situation for all of us, and especially for the friends and families of the victims. And I'd like to turn it over to Councilmember Garner, who represents District 1 in that area in the city, for some comments.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is truly a tragic event that has come across our community, and I really want to emphasize that it's our community, the Palm Springs community. It has happened in Desert Highlands Gateway Estates neighborhood, but it affects all of us. These were 2 young men with promising futures. Thornton Bradley Jr. was only 17 years old, and Dedrick Gray was 21 years old. And the community is at a true loss over their lives. I've been speaking with so many members of the community, friends and family over the last week. And I want to just express to the family and friends, especially all of the young people in the neighborhood who are mourning the loss of their friends, as well as the other high school students who are dealing with this right now, that I care about you, and I hope that I can provide support to you during this time. I know the City Council is committed as well to doing that, and through conversations with our City Council and through other leaders in the community, that we can provide resources for all of you as you figure out how to move forward during this time. But please don't hesitate to reach out to me or to anyone else on the City Council. I think I speak for them when I say that we would love to hear from you, and we want to be able to support you during this time. So again, my heart is with everyone in the community, and I am here to do everything I can to support all of you. So thank you very much.
Thank you. I think Police Chief Reyes may want to share some information and some comments as well.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Thank you for setting a little bit of time for me to come and express the difficult times that our city is facing with these extremely violent crimes that continue to occur. You know, back in October, we started to receive a variety of calls for service, specifically related to shots fired calls. From October up until now, about 85 calls for service related to shots fired. Specifically in the northern part of our city, with a focus of the Gateway Estates area of Palm Springs, as well as the 1500 block of East San Rafael, the Santiago Sunrise Village Mobile Home Park. Through these past few months, we were able to develop quite a bit of information of an ongoing feud amongst 2 specific gangs. We started adjusting our work schedules. We started having detectives working late hours because this was not slowing down anytime soon. Over the past 2 to 3 weeks, it's really escalated. I'd say over the last 30 days. Multiple shootings with no specific intended target. just simply vehicles in each of the neighborhoods that do not even seem to have belonged according to the people involved, and just firing at vehicles or people. We mourn clearly the loss of the two in the Gateway Estates area, but it did not stop there, nor should we ever forget the fact that we have 3 homicides. We have 9 attempted homicides in which another person was shot in the head who is still alive. We have had made 12 arrests so far, recovered 6 firearms, 24 active confirmed shooting investigations. This needs to stop. Palm Springs PD is not the only agency that can continue pressing forward to try to find the answers to what is going on in the northern part of our city. This is not a Gateway Estates problem. This is not a 1500 East San Rafael problem. This is a City of Palm Springs problem. And I hope that our community comes together to address what is going on in the northern part of our city, because it can happen in anywhere in our city if these two rival entities cross paths. In anywhere in our city, this can continue. As you might have heard by now, or I'm informing you for the first time, we have been working around the clock regarding these shooting investigations. Our officers have been there after hours, knowing that this will continue. And they've literally witnessed firsthand vehicles driving up in a commission of a drive-by shooting right in front of them. Yes, they witnessed it firsthand. Yes, they turned their car towards that fleeing vehicle. Yes, they stepped on that gas pedal to catch the people responsible for this. And luckily, no one was hurt. Arrests have been made. They will continue to be made. And this morning resulted in over 100 officers descending on the City of Palm Springs and both of these communities to serve several search warrants in relation to these ongoing violent, unacceptable crimes in the City of Palm Springs. One arrest resulted from the search warrants this morning. Weapons were recovered, ammunition was recovered, gang-related paraphernalia has been recovered. Again, one arrest, which adds to the 11 previous arrests that have been made over the past few weeks. Now, clearly, Palm Springs PD does not have the capacity to continue to address this ongoing violence. Hence the reason why we had 100 officers from a wide range of police departments and task forces assisting us, because that's what we do. When we call for help, they come through and they assisted us today. And I want to let the community know that this is not over. This operation today is going to lead us into other directions, and we will continue to press forward until we solve these crimes and at the same time find a way to partner with those communities to start addressing this and looking at ways to put an end to this. We need to reach the children. We need to reach the adults. We need to reach the adults and inform them firsthand the depths of what is actually going on. And we intend on having meetings in person in both of these communities to share what is going on so the parents can please do their part in addressing what is going on in their households with these juveniles. And it is our intent to inform those parents, inform the juveniles, and at the same time finding ways of bridging the gaps for both of these communities and everybody that lives within them. I'm open for any questions at this time.
Thank you, Chief. Really appreciate you sharing that and the work of you in the department. Are there any questions for Chief Reyes? Okay. Thank you. Oh, Councilmember Middleton.
For Chief Reyes and also for Councilmember Garner, what is it that you need from the rest of us and from the community?
I think from my perspective, one of the big things that we need is to connect the youth with mental health resources. This is something that I've talked to many members of the community about, and the kids are not okay right now. They're really struggling with this loss, and in this time when they can't actually all be together, it's really hard. And I'm hearing this from not just kids that live in Desert Highlands, but also kids from all over our city who knew these two young men. So I think I'm looking into that, and I would love it if we could figure out together ways to provide contact information, low cost or pro bono services to members of the community who need it.
All right, thank you.
From a PD's perspective, we would really like to see a meeting take place in both of these communities where we can actually get FaceTime, given the circumstances, clearly social distancing, but to share and dialogue and discuss what has been going on and hear it firsthand from us, and also to hear firsthand from the community on what they're experiencing, because clearly our work is not done. It will continue to evolve, but once we leave these various shooting scenes, we're moving on to leads and other investigations, but we truly need to also hear from the community on what is left behind, the impacts, the children, the families. As was mentioned, there's a lot of people scared, and there's a lot of innocent people that have been targeted, and we need to put an end to this.
Thank you.